Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is probably the most requested video that I have had across all platforms. So I thought it would be fun to do it in a longer form video to kind of explain the meaning behind all of my tattoos. Without further ado, let's jump into it. You already know, we're running on fumes today. I don't know what it is. I can't quite seem to wake up, so. Hold on. This flavor is so good. I found it at Target yesterday. It's pink slush. I've never heard of this flavor. Didn't hear of any new drops, but yeah, big fan. Some of my tattoos are super visible. You can see them just by looking at me. Others are a little more hidden. So I'm gonna pop photos up here just so I can show the tattoo without like getting in weird positions and kind of talk about what the meanings are. So we're gonna take it back to 18-year-old me to my very first tattoo and kind of go in chronological order. First tattoo, we're gonna snip it right here. I love her so much. It says, "You are my sunshine." I have it on my back shoulder. My mom and I actually got this together. We have the same exact tattoo, same spot, and I absolutely love it. She used to sing "You Are My Sunshine" to me all of the time when I was growing up. So that song and that saying just has a very special meaning to me. So little matching tattoo moment with my mom. Number two, we've got this guy. Again, very hidden. It's on the back of my neck. The Roman numerals stand for 67, which is the year my dad was born. And my dad has always had my back. So he's right on the back of my neck. I love that tattoo. I love my dad. I'm such a daddy's girl. So little tribute to my dad. A theme for all of my early tattoos. All of them are very much in places that I could easily hide them. So number three is no different. This one says "Wherever I Go," and I actually got it with my best friend. We both have the tattoo in the same spot. Hers says "You Will Be With Me," and mine says "Wherever I Go." We got them when I was in college. It's a Hannah Montana song, "Do Not Come For Me." Okay, the song is so good, even today. And we just, like, it was just a very special tattoo for the two of us, and I absolutely love it. It's still one of my favorites to this day. Moving on to another one. This one was probably one of my most painful. In this photo, my toes are scribbled out because we don't do free feet pics here, okay? I got this after I graduated college, and I actually went away to school in Iowa. I was gone for 5 years, so this is kind of me spreading my wings, flying the coop, if you will, into adulthood and being on my own for the first time. And most of my tattoos are tailored towards other people, so this one I love so much. I said I was gonna go chronologically, but I'm just gonna do the last photo one that's kind of hidden. I got this last year when I was in Spain. I went to Mallorca, which if you've never been there, holy shit. Like, hands down, the most beautiful place I've ever been in my entire life, ever. So I got this little kind of like abstract bowl. Since it was Spain, bowls, toros are very big in the Spanish culture, so thought this was like a cute, subtle little way to kind of like commemorate for that trip. So I love this one. She's hidden, but like still has a lot of meaning for me. Moving on to my very visible tattoos. I was so terrified to get visible tattoos. I was like, oh my god, who's gonna hire me if I have these tattoos? Like, what are people gonna think? Blah, blah, blah. I would get these tattoos a million times over again. Period. So if you're not a fan of tattoos, that's fine. That's fine. For me, I love them and they have a very special meaning to me. So thank you very much. This guy. This was probably my like longest piece at the time that I got it. I got it 2 years, was it 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago, and I loved butterflies as a girl. I was obsessed with monarchs. I remember we did like a costume day or something at my elementary school, and my uncle like helped me create these intricate like monarch butterfly wings. They're so beautiful, and so I knew I wanted to get a butterfly piece. So this one was my first super visible tattoo. I absolutely still love it to this day. She's just so special to me. So yeah. Next up is the elephant in the room, and that is my half sleeve. I'll move so you can get a better view. I lied. This one might be my favorite. I'll tell you why it's my favorite. One, each of these flowers are representative of important women in my life. The second reason why this is so important to me is my cousin is actually a tattoo artist in Gainesville, Florida. If you're local to the Florida, Gainesville area, I will link his information in the description box because he is absolutely incredible. Absolutely just so talented. I knew that for my half sleeve, I wanted it to be done by someone that I trust, someone that could see my vision that I wanted for it. And he captured it so well. A little bit about it. The sunflower is dedicated to my mom. Sunflowers are her favorite flower. She always has sunflowers, especially in the spring and the summertime. So wanted to have her kind of at the top right here on my shoulder. Next one is a daisy. Daisy is representative of my grandmother. She loves daisies. That's her favorite flower. Every time I see a daisy, I think of her. And so she is right there, smack dab towards the top. Fun fact, I'm actually named after my grandmother. So Monica's. Next is actually a rose. Roses are my favorite flower. I absolutely love the smell of them. I think they're so beautiful in all colors. And then this is a calla lily, and lilies are representative of my aunt. She had like calla lilies at her wedding. All of the nieces were in her wedding as little girls, so I always just think of her when I think of lilies. But I also wanted some like foliage around and kind of like in the piece. He just designed it so well. Hands down my absolute favorite piece that I have, and I'm just so grateful that someone in my family was able to kind of capture my vision for it. Moving on to my next arm, which is the 1994 on my hand. 1994 is the year that I was born. She's just so cute. It's just cute. I love it. That's it for all my 94 babies. I love you. Next up is this guy, and it says honey. This one's kind of like a double entendre. It's got a few different meanings for me. One, if you didn't know, now you know. I came out as a queer woman back in 2022. So a big kind of part of my coming out journey was listening to queer artists such as Kehlani. And Kehlani has a song from way back into her early stages of her career called Honey. And I absolutely love that song. Probably my favorite song of hers to date. Honey is kind of representative of my coming out journey, as well as my 2 dogs. I'll put them right here. I have 2 golden retrievers. They're gold like honey, and I love them so much. So honey has got a couple of meanings. So yeah, I love it. We're just gonna work our way down to this guy. I love plants. I mean, you can see I've got plants back there. I've got plants everywhere in my house. And so I knew I wanted to kind of keep the like floral vibe going. So I got this one last year. This is actually my last tattoos before I went this past week. I kind of gave the artist like a general idea of what I was looking to do, and he free-handed this tattoo, like drew it himself. It was such a cool process. I will also include the shop that I went to. If you're in the Phoenix area, I'll include that information down below. But I just absolutely, I love it. I love this tattoo so much. Moving right along. Next up, this says woman. In the O, it's got the female symbol. I got this one right after Roe v. Wade was overturned, and so this one is super special to me and kind of my tribute to fighting for women's rights. I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting any. This is on the back of my arm. It's like a little kind of abstract female body holding herself. I very much associate this one with my coming out journey as well. Like the flowers coming out, blooming into my true authentic self. Going through your coming out journey while you're in a relationship was a very tricky thing for me to navigate. I didn't know how to do that. I'm so incredibly thankful to have a partner who was accepting of that part of me. So this one is super special to me and I will never forget that coming out journey. And then there were two. I can't believe it was over a year ago that I got this one because that was the last one I had gotten until this week. The last two I got, I am absolutely obsessed with them. They're both fine line tattoos. So the needle is super small and the lines are super thin. I will also tag her information in the description box for those in the Phoenix area. She was absolutely incredible. She brought my visions to life. So let me show you up close and personal. I still have protective wrap on it, but I will show you up close. It says Amor. When I tell you I'm obsessed with how this came out, it's an understatement. She got the most dainty font. The placement is just perfect. I got Amor because for the longest time, as long as I can remember, I tried so hard to push the Hispanic side to the wayside to kind of conform to those that I grew up around. It's just really special to me. It's part of me and my heritage and where I came from, so I love it so much. Last but certainly not least, this is another kind of like dedication to my mom. My mom and I have like really built on our relationship in the last year, and she has always said since I was a little girl that when she passes away, she will come back as a hummingbird. So whenever I see a hummingbird, like to know that that's just her checking in on me. She was able to capture the exact vision that I had and the placement I am just absolutely obsessed with. She's just a cutie patootie. That concludes my tattoo tour as of right now. I put so much thought into what I'm gonna put on my body forever, and I just absolutely am obsessed with all of them. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to, comment down below which one is your favorite. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you liked hearing the meaning behind each of my pieces. But I love you so much, and I will see you next time.